Let's meet the finalist.
Hey guys and dolls, I am your favorite girl, Khrys Styles, and I am back with another conversation with an amazing finalist for the 20th anniversary of the PVIFF, Peachtree Village International Film Festival. So, as you can see, I'm here with a young man. His name is Jeremy Pack. Hey, Jeremy,
Hi, Chris.
how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, excited. Yeah. Yeah. How about
Yeah.
yourself?
Well, you should
Pretty
be.
cool.
I mean, you are a multi-award winning actor, writer, director, and producer. You've been at this and you obviously are pretty darn good at it. So, yeah.
Feels like, I feel like it. Yeah.
Yes. So, your project in the film festival this year is Wild Bill in Winter.
hmm
Explain the title to me. Because when I watched it, it didn't look cold. I didn't see any snow.
Not
So,
cold. Yeah. It's more about his time of life, I guess, or where he is emotionally.
okay.
It's a story I wrote basically about my uncle and his escapades and through the years, over the years, stories that I would hear, and then when I knew firsthand, he gets into crazy stuff, messes, drinks probably too much, running moonshine a little bit, still to this day here and there. And when I was growing up, sadly, when I was in college, his daughter um, got into a car accident on a Halloween night,
Oh,
and she ended up passing away. And she
oh,
was around my age, and so I wrote that in. Something my dad told me, his brother, about Bill is that it was something that happened as a surgery that he had, and I kind of wanted to keep that
oh yeah,
exactly
yeah, yeah.
what it was under, but it affected him greatly, and then it set off a series of events in this day that made me want to write about that and more about and include all kinds of stories that I'd heard over the years and been noting. And I wrote it as a short first, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to extend this into a feature length, and it's
Wow.
really a day in the life of him and dealing with this surgery and compiled with the death of his daughter.
Yeah. So
So
how,
Wild Bill in Winter, sorry, Chris, but it's a take on The Lion in Winter, also an old Peter O'Toole movie that I loved. And
oh,
I don't know, I was first calling it Wild Bill, and then because of the state of his emotions and what he was going through, I thought that kind of sounded cool and to play off of that.
yeah. I like it. I like it. I wasn't sure what to expect because when
Yeah,
I saw the word antic, I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, let me check this out and see what it is. But of course, the title leads us to think whatever we think because I saw Wild Bill and I'm thinking cowboy, you know.
right,
I'm
right,
thinking
right.
cowboy or rebel of some sort, and then in winter. So wonderful. Thanks for sharing that background. It really makes a difference and gives me a new insight on
For
the
sure, yeah.
project. So how does the family feel about that? About you, telling all those stories about your Uncle Bill and Uncle Bill. Is that really his name?
Uncle Bill, yeah, his name's Bill,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, he knows, and he probably plays into it, So I wonder about that. But he would throw these wild parties, and it would go into the late night, and then suddenly he'd come down the stairs in drag and lipstick and just carrying it on and just stirring it up. And he would always just get into stuff, even not violent ever really, but things with the police, or it was pretty mild for the most part. But for our family, it was just, oh, what Bill do, or what happened with Bill, or what it could have, So it was always, and then you were just ready, you're like, oh my God, what could this be about? So it was always pretty funny, and he would just kind of back into things, or because he would put himself into situations that he created many times.
Hmm.
They were silly, funny, and you know talk of the town type stuff. So
I
I
bet
don't know.
holidays were fun with you
I haven't
guys.
heard directly what. Yeah, yeah. So, and I was living in. I'm from Virginia, and this is when he is from there too. So small town stuff. And then when I moved to Los Angeles to go after acting and filmmaking and things. And so my dad would, periodically tell me, oh, you wait till I tell you what Bill did, So it was always some crazy, funny thing. And usually alcohol is involved, but, a lot of it, sadly, and I kind of wrote that in, was due to the fact he was already this way. But when that happened with his daughter, it really set him into a new kind of
Yeah.
place. And he, it's not like he would be somebody to go to see a psychiatrist or anything, or a psychologist necessarily. So he just dealt with. And so it was just him dealing over the years. So it's a lot of it.
So we mentioned that you are a multi-award winner. Um, and was it this film that won Best Experimental?
Oh yes, here recently at the Berlin Short Film Awards.
Okay. Tell me what that means, Best Experimental. I haven't, heard that
Yeah.
before.
Well, there aren't many festivals that do a proof of concept category.
Okay.
So best experimental is the closest thing. So I put it into that when I have that available, because this is what I made is a short that is basically a proof of concept for the feature film
Okay.
screenplay that I wrote. So
Okay.
it's to show the characters, and I just made a narrative out of putting some scenes together that I thought would piece well. And beyond being just a proof of concept, as a filmmaker, I just can't help, or I just would want to try. So I try to make it into a narrative as much as possible, really.
Okay. I mean, and asking you, I think asking you how you feel about being a finalist is kind of like one of those things at this point, now that I've seen how many awards you have won, at this point, you'd be like, oh, yay, I made it. Or are you feeling something different about being a part of this year's film festival?
Well, yeah, you would kind of think that, but really, I don't ever expect, because you never know from festival to festival how people are going to take any of your
Right.
work or anyone's work. So I am always just pleased and happy and honored and stuff, and especially with this one too. I had a short film that I directed and produced a few years ago, and it was in the Peachtree Village International Film Festival. It was a finalist as well in 2018.
Okay.
So it did well. And then a couple of years later, I put the screenplay for Wild Bill in Winter and another that I wrote called Moonshine
Mhm.
into the festival. And they both were finalists at Peachtree as well, and did table reads and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Wow. You're a popular kind of guy. You're
Well, I
obviously
don't know.
awesome,
You reel
awesome
it
at
all
what you
off
do.
and it sounds like us, but I mean, it's, I guess it does. I mean, I feel good about it. I'm proud of it for sure.
So is anyone in your family actually in the film?
No, no. In fact, most of them are in Virginia or in
Okay.
California. My brother lives in Miami, but no, no. I did it all here. I could have, my plan is to shoot the feature. Well, we'll see. Now with Georgia, and I moved here to try to get directing features going for myself. But I had always sort of planned on that one, especially to shoot in Virginia around the town that he's from and so forth. But no, I
Okay.
played the character. I played Bill, and then I knew someone that could play the father, and just cast the daughter
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
here as well. Yeah, so Georgia actors all the way around.
Wonderful. I have a question I'm just curious about. So the films that you put into the film festivals and when are those released to the public? Like, is that after you win the award? Do you stop submitting into film festivals? Is there a time limit? Help me understand that part.
Yeah, certain festivals do stipulate they don't want them available to the public if they are pending or they're in festivals.
Hmm.
So in that case of here recently, I've been, making them private and being able to send a link to, and that was the first time to today. So I don't know why it didn't work right away, but um, so yeah, I took it down essentially from YouTube where I have it on, or my website would go to YouTube. So not everybody can just see it right
Right.
now. So yeah, there's a period I would just wait until, hey, I'm kind of done putting these into festivals. Um, so a lot of festivals have a time frame. They don't want anything after that was made before a certain year.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and so they 2 years back, they kind of have a cutoff. But then others, it doesn't matter. They don't. It doesn't matter when you have made it, and they
Hmm.
are not as strict on when you would have to not have it available to the public. So I don't know. Tried.
I, I think it's great that you are going on to make this into a feature. How many of your other projects have you turned into features, if any?
Well, none. Yeah, I've just been making shorts, a lot of different lengths of, but just working my way up to directing and writing, directing features. Yeah. So, but I have not. I did move here to Atlanta from Los Angeles with one of the main reasons to direct, hopefully, but at least produce my first feature. Yeah, it's
Nice.
called The Back Nine. So I've been working towards that.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I just read a little snippet on that. Now, I
Yeah.
love psych thrillers.
Right.
Those really excite me. So, what's the concept for that one?
Yeah, me too. It's really cool. It's 85% of the story takes place on a golf course. And so very unique in that way. My literary agent turned it to me from another person that she repped. And he and I have become friends over the years, and I have the option on it. So I've been working towards that. But it's about a young, ambitious investment banker who has an idea and has an opportunity to pitch it to the CEO, his boss, on the golf course.
Mhm.
But when they're out there, this sort of what becomes known as this dangerous mercenary joins the group on the turn, and he's out there to sort of suss out who's responsible or culpable for the death of his foster father. So you think you're following the young investment banker, which you are. He's one of the protagonists, but at first he seems to the audience like that's who you're caring for, and you will. But then when you get out there, the slow burn of the story, it starts to reveal that the other person is one of the protagonists too. So it sort of has a dual, thing going where the audience is like, oh, who am I?
Right.
It's justified why he's angry with these bankers, but at the same time, his methods, or you don't know where it's going until up until kind of the very end. It's
Yeah.
really,
Until you know.
yeah, yeah. So,
I love it. I love it. So, what's in store for you after the Peachtree International Film Festival?
well, I did a test for Kodak a couple of weeks ago, the Kodak lab here in Atlanta.
Hmm.
They had guys who wanted to test 100 feet of 16 millimeter film. So I they wanted to take two rolls of 100 feet film and um, just run it on whatever you wanted. And it's kind of they needed their own testing for a certain thing with the what holds the film, the canister, or the roll of in the film magazine. So I did that, and I hadn't shot film myself, so it's kind of in line with they have in November contest coming up through the Atlanta Film Society that anybody can join up or sign up and shoot 100 feet of film, and whatever you do, it's about 2.5 minutes to
Hmm.
maybe 2 minutes 45 seconds that you have to have. That's your story. You only have that amount of film to create something with a beginning, middle, and an end, or with a narrative, and
So, 100 feet of film produces like 2.5 minutes?
well, it will, whether your short is that long or not, depends on how
Okay.
good you are at what you're going to be cutting from what you're shooting. So that's the amount that you will have, whether or not, it will be that long, is how good you are, how efficient you are at
Okay.
what you're up to. So this
Cool.
is good practice, and I haven't done it. So that's something coming up that yeah, I'm looking forward to for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing that with me because I had no idea about that or how that works. And so I just love creativity and the creative minds. And
Yeah.
yours is apparently above a lot. So I
Well,
don't want to say above the rest, but everybody's got some creativity in them that's in
sure.
the
Yeah.
film festival. But
Thank you.
yes, so I'm wishing you the very, very, very best. I'm looking forward to chatting with you on the red carpet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And are any of your actors going to be here?
Yes, both. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to attend yet, but yeah, since they're both local, for
Okay.
sure. And yeah, some of the people who were involved with the crew as well all live here. So I'm hoping that, yeah, it won't just be me
All
representing it.
right.
That's for sure.
Wonderful. Is there anything that I missed? Anything that you definitely want to share and get out there to the public about Wild Bill in Winter?
Well, just stay tuned for the full feature-length version.
Yes. And we shall, we shall. Jeremy Pack, thanks so much for taking some time to hang out with the World of One Black Woman Entertainment. Um, Congratulations again on being a finalist for the 20th anniversary of the Peachtree Village International Film Festival. And we will chat soon on the red carpet.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks very much for your time.
You are
Appreciate it.
welcome. Take care.
See you there. All right. Take care.
Don't miss
Bye-bye.
Wild Bill and Winter, another featured finalist at the 20th anniversary of the Peachtree Village International Film Festival. I'll see you there.